He's the GOAT in my eyes, and this is none other than Sugar Sean O'Malley. What's going on, Sean?
What's up, brother? How are you? Is this the mic? This the mic? This the mic? Which one are we talking into here? Whatever. This one? All right. What's up, guys?
Oh, I'm good. So, how's life going?
I can't complain. It's been a pretty similar life, really, the last 10 years, just training, gaming, and training. So I can't complain.
Now, I'm going to start it off like this. You live in Glendale, Arizona now. Peoria. Sorry. Peoria, get down. Big P-Town. All right. But you started off in Montana.
I did.
Tell us a little bit about Montana, just a little bit.
Helena, Montana, born and raised there till I was 19. Phoenix, Helena's cold, freezing. Not necessarily for me at this time in my life. Maybe when I'm old, retired, and don't ever want to go out again, I'll move back. But it was cool being raised there. It was different, small town vibes, and obviously created the person I was up until when I moved. So it was a great place to be raised.
All right, awesome. Now we're here for football. Now, do you have a preference on who you rocking with on Sunday?
I didn't really until I went to the Monday opening night, and the players were walking around, and I had a lot more Chiefs fans. The players were there was a lot more Chiefs fans, or Sugar fans on the Chiefs team. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I even got a little bit of my hair red, so I think it's kind of just has to. Maybe that's why the Eagles players weren't coming up as much.
Oh, so there it is, Chiefs fans. Chiefs Kingdom, you guys welcome him in, for at least the game. But, if he would have met the owner's daughter, he probably would become a lifelong fan because, man, I'm telling you right now, that's nothing but class right there. That's nothing but class right there. But, sir, let's get down to business. Everybody always wants to talk about this UFC thing. And, assess your last fight for us. Let us know how you felt about your performance in that last fight.
Yeah, last fight against Petr Yan, he was the number one guy in the world, arguably the champ. Tough fight, killer Russian dude, super close fight. I won round 1 and 3. Depends who you ask. But the 3 people that judged the fight that night, they got it right. I went back, rewatched that fight multiple times. And if you're going off damage, I won round 1 and 3. Very, very, very close fight. I definitely don't leave that fight too cocky. Humble. A lot to work on, and big fights ahead.
All right, that's a humble warrior right there, and that's what the MMA produces. A lot of humility. Unlike the world, I'm very deep in the boxing world. Who's your favorite boxer right now?
Jake Paul. I'm not even really lying. I don't watch boxing, but I will watch Jake Paul fight.
See, and this is what I keep trying to explain to people. It doesn't matter how you feel about Mr. Paul. He brings the butts to the seats. He brings the eyes to the wall. And you guys have to understand, boxing, guys aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing in boxing, but Jake is. So, it is what it is. Now, Mikey, I know you got some things you want to jump in on. Go ahead.
So, your next fight.
Yep.
What would be bigger? The championship fight's a championship fight, obviously. Yeah. And, you got either Henry or Aljamain.
Yep.
How about Vera? Would you do Vera before that? And what would you classify as bigger from a standpoint of competitive aspect? Because Vera has that one, and it wasn't like he beat you. It was you had an issue, obviously.
Yeah. So Cheeto's fighting Corey. Yes. They were supposed to be fighting very, very soon. It actually got moved back. So I'm guaranteed a title shot next fight. So my next fight will not be against Cejudo or Corey.
Okay.
Unless Aljamain Sterling beats Henry, moves up to 45, and then that leaves the winner of Cejudo Corey, I believe, for me. So that me versus Cheeto is a massive fight. I do believe me versus Henry Cejudo is a massive fight. Me versus anyone is a massive fight. But the biggest fight, I think, is me versus Henry or me versus Cejudo.
Do you have not necessarily a preference, but who would you have, Henry or Aljamain?
They're both very tough fights for different reasons. They're both good wrestlers, both good grapplers. So they're similar in a sense, but different skill sets. To me, it doesn't really matter. It kind of just depends on obviously who wins. If Aljo can compete with his bicep being injured, I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Aljo to pull out. I'm waiting for Aljo to beat Henry. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me.
And do you feel like the Jan fight helped you prepare for those guys from a grappling standpoint?
I think they're both quite a bit better grapplers than Peter. But as far as a mental, I feel like I evolved mentally a lot from going through that war and coming out the winner on the other side. So mentally, I feel like that helped me a lot.
And last question I have for you: the 8-fight. Did you just sign a new 8-fight deal? Congratulations!
Yeah. Thank you.
Thought process from that, because that's a long-term deal. You're locking yourself in, and I'm sure financially you guys got it all right and everything. But what was more the thought process from a long-term deal standpoint?
I have a really, really, really good relationship with the UFC. I'm pretty sure all my deals have been 8-fight deals, and I haven't fought one deal all 8 fights. I've always been able to renegotiate when the time has been right. After I feel like I have deserved a new contract, I go to the UFC. And every time I went to the UFC and asked for a new contract, they've been willing to, but I haven't gone there. I didn't, after the Pedro Munoz fight, I didn't go up to him and say, hey, I deserve the new contract, because I hadn't. I didn't do anything. Supposedly poked him in the eye, and it wasn't the time to get a new contract. So they offered me Peter Yan, the #1 guy in the world. I go out there, put on a performance, and now I go back to UFC and say, hey, I believe I've earned a contract, and so I'm pretty sure all of them are pretty much 6 to 8 fights. Every deal UFC ever does is around there. I'm just trusting in our relationship that we've built, that, I go out there and beat up the next 2 guys, I'm able to renegotiate again. And I think, the numbers will be on my side and be in my favor. The UFC knows all the analytics and all the data and all the money that I'm bringing in. So for them to throw out a couple more bucks doesn't hurt them.
Boxing, take notes. That's how you're going to keep your people happy and you start booking fights. I got one last question for you. It's prediction time. How do you feel about the outcome of the game? You've already picked the Chiefs. What's going to be the final score?
Ooh, that's tricky. I wish I had been watching more this year, because if I would have known I'd been coming here and talking football. I used to love football. I used to be obsessed with football back in Madden 2010, and I could name every player. I could name the offensive line on every
My
team.
favorite one.
I could, so now I just feel like I've been watching enough. I don't know who's got the better defense. Who's got the better defense in your guys' opinion?
The better defense is going to be on Philly's side.
Okay.
It's going to be on Philly's side.
And Chiefs potentially have the better offense?
Right, because they got the great Pat Mahomes, yeah.
Okay, so that makes for a very, very interesting game. How's Patrick Mahomes' ankle? I know last game he was limping around a bit. A lot of questions up in the air. I would have to say I think it's going to be a, medium-low scoring game. I'm going to guess 31-28.
Oh. He said low scoring, but I would think that pushes to the over. But he said 31-28, but he didn't give out a winner. So,
well, I guess
Chiefs. Oh, I was just gonna say he's playing the over, and he's just gonna forget all the pageantries on picking a team.
More higher scoring game. You're
right.
I'm gonna stick with it though.
Yeah. No, but that's the right score. Yeah. But all in all, we know that this is a busy man, and we thank him so much for his time. Yep. The one and only Sugar Sean O'Malley.